You're saying no corruption?
No.
None?
No. There were some boneheaded decisions out of a local office.
No mass corruption?
Not even mass corruption, not even a smidgen of corruption.
All right, well, it seems like the IRS under President Obama is now in more than a smidgen of trouble, as a federal judge is now ordering the IRS to reveal all of the requests that the White House has made for private taxpayer information. Our very own Jerry Willis joins me now with the details. Jerry, what's going on here?
Well, okay, so this yet again, the IRS is stonewalling one of these organizations with a FOIA request, Freedom of Information request. What they want are emails that went between the IRS and the White House. Now, in many ways, you have to think this is what we are really looking at. This could be the smoking gun if the IRS was, in fact, targeting these conservative groups, Tea Partier groups, for not approving their applications
to be nonprofits.
To be nonprofits. So, but the question has always been: did the White House call for this? Right?
Right.
Did they want this? And we could find out from this information. But do you think the IRS is giving it up? No, they're not. They're being required to do this by federal judge Amy Berman Jackson, who in no uncertain terms is saying you must comply with this order. Now, we're watching this. They could stonewall for months.
Yeah, and they have been. I mean, if you have Lois Lerner, former, top official at the IRS, using an email account under a dog's name and not, agreeing to testify for Congress. Here's the thing. The real toxic part of this story is whether or not the Obama administration used the IRS to go after his political enemies and suppress the opposition during an election.
Right in the nexus of this search. This is what this search could turn up. It could answer your question. It could tell us whether the government, the president, the White House, the administration was actually going after its enemies using the IRS as its long arm of the law. We're not going to know for weeks or months.
But what we do know is that 10 top Democrats in the Senate and in Congress were using their Senate, committee letterhead, saying to the IRS, you got to look into these nonprofits during that time. It was Al Franken, it was Charles Schumer, it was Max Baucus.
But this is
you got to also
usual,
wonder,
right?
Yeah, but
they do
not
that.
really. I mean, but this was after the president's State of the Union address. So the question too is, will he also get emails from the White House to these congressmen to say to the congressman, put the arm on the IRS, go after my political enemies? That would be a heck of a story too.
Yeah, so we're watching this, we're looking at this, but what's so interesting about this to me is that these judges are up in arms. These are people who are interpreting the law for the law's sake.
That's
when
right.
they look at this, they say, you absolutely must comply with this. I want to read to you the response to today's order from this organization's founder, who says, no administration is above the law, and we are pleased that the court has sided with us on this important point. Look, this is the second one we've reported on exactly like this, where the IRS has stonewalled, has withheld information.
Well, the IRS is behaving like it is above the law. And so, by the way, let's back up. The president said this is the most transparent administration in history.
Bring that up, yes.
Right? But it's now they're fighting transparency. They're being really opaque and stonewalling.
That's absolutely right. And you've got to think, government accountability. Where is it?
They work for us.
We pay them.
We don't work for them. That's right.
Absolutely.
Great reporting, Jerry.
Thanks
for staying on the story. It really is so important.